morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 7665 Southwest 1st Street here in Tigard, located at the rear of the house, adjacent to the air conditioning unit. Got a 4-inch cast iron cleanout as our point of access. And check the overall condition, serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We're going to zero the foot counter out at the base of the cleanout. Off we go. Immediately upon access here, it looks like the line has had some updating done to it. We're swapping over to ABS pipe right as we drop in. We'll get a little nicer view of this area here when the line's drained out at the end. We do have some level of standing water here, but we'll wait till the line's drained to take a look at that. Luckily, it looks very short-lived. It's only, 3-4 feet long. Whoever's been living here has done a great job at keeping the line clean. Zero grease buildup to speak of. It's really nice to see that. I apologize, I've got my my fancy auto leveling cameras right now in the shop, and I'm using my older non-auto leveler, and this wireless system of mine does not allow me to flip the image over, so it doesn't bother my eyeballs at all. But for the viewer out there, sorry you're looking at a lot of stuff upside down. My camera will eventually flip over here at some point. Transitioning up ahead here to 4-inch 3034 PVC. I mean, beyond the first few feet, fantastic looking sewer line thus far. Especially in the cleanliness of it. Very few households keep their line this clean, and it pretty much comes down to one living habit, and that's not putting fats and oils down your kitchen sink drain. It does a great deal to keep a line clean. And especially so when your kids start wadding up toilet paper, or the occasional improper thing does go down the line. That's what this stuff really saves you, and keeping it clean. We're gonna go locate here while the pipe drains. I located the camera head successfully. I describe everything as if you're facing the front door from the road. Line exits out the back, makes a left-hand turn, and it shoots out to the side street. In fact, you can walk out there and you can see the patch in the road where the city put the new sewer system in. You can see where the stub comes off the main right towards the property. And it was a very, very nicely installed piece of pipe. Putting in 114 feet of pipe is very commonly, whether it's brand new or 100 years old, most lines that push over 100 feet usually have fairly decent sized bellies in them. And they're not always meaningful or worth fixing, but they often do. So a little tiny bit of movement there at that joint. I mean, you're like a 1/16 of an inch maybe offset there. I'll notate that on the report, but that's a long ways away from repair worthy there. This thing's been in the ground for a while now. It's one thing if it was put in yesterday. Once the line sat for a while, any minor shifting like that generally stays put, and rarely is it a progressive situation unless the joint's wide open to the ground, sucking dirt through it. happened there a moment ago. My camera kind of flickered there. My foot counter's not counting back now for some odd reason. See if I can get my camera to zero back out again here real quick. Well, I can always go back and review the original footage. For some reason my foot counter just is being a pain here. But anyway, once the water's shut off, standing water starts right at the transition. Right on that bend there, bear with me a moment, it's kind of a hard one because the way that articulates the camera, you probably don't have any more than about a ½ inch of standing water, and we just had a toilet flush go down line. Anyway, I'll get the exact footage on it when I review the video, but you've got a belly there that runs from about the clean out to, it doesn't look like it's any more than 4 or 5 feet away from the house. At its worst point, you've got somewhere around a ½ inch or so of standing water. The way that the bend articulates the camera and forces it downward kind of gives you a little bit of an appearance that there's a little more than that. Once it's drained off, though, it's quite minor. The turn is what kind of bends the camera at a downward angle. Anyway, zero buildup to speak of. And I wouldn't expect to see that on a belly that size, and the vast majority of the standing water there is in smooth plastic pipe. So those are the kind of areas that can cause buildup, theoretically anyway, but generally only under abusive scenarios. Either, football-sized wads of toilet paper or a whole bunch of improper stuff like wipes and paper towels. All joints are intact. Line has adequate flow to the main lateral connection. Sewer line is functioning at this time.